It's currently 7/5/26, roughly 0706. And this more goes back to my video why civil rights should only be for blacks. And if they're going to use them, it has to be life-threatening, rights violating issues. As I came at Philadelphia's neck back in 2000, I believe it was 17 and before, standing with Meek Mills and Starbucks while they allowed persecution of Dr. Cosby and the elder Dr. Cosby, and the 1978 lockdown of elder and Black Panther Party member Elder Mumia Abu Jamal. Now you're saying, well, why is that so crazy? Now look at what was going on. And look what was achieved using civil rights from 2000. On top of that, all of the murders and the biggest fuck you to black people, 2020. President Biden. 3 bills on the table. LGBT, Asian Protection Act. Not even a black protection. Mr. George Floyd Protection Act, which is just a policing law. Asians got a whole act of protection when they were not being threatened. They had violence because your current president said it came from China, the COVID. So they were getting a lot of negative vibes because of that. And they were the whole race, not the COVID, the COVID Protection Act, the Asian Protection Act. Now, black men, since the day the white man arrived, because according to Dr. Ivan Van Sertima, that came before Columbus in the Moors, the other red book, I forgot what it's called, you were here before them and doing trade with what you call the natives, and some of you would claim that they are natives itself, the Olmecs, different races. Like I said, sacrificers of babies don't have the mental ability to build pyramids. That's why they always claim the Aztecs and Mayans, but never hear about the Olmecs, who were the true intelligence of the 3 named. Okay, but look at that. Where's your Protection Act? On my other video too, everybody was riding for you, right? Let's say I protest. Well, they did on Facebook some bullshit. They did a hoodies on for Mr. Youngboy Trayvon Martin back in 2011, 2012. Hoodies on Facebook. Yeah, I'm staying with Trayvon. Ooh, yeah. Then you had Sean Bell before him in 2010. They kind of did something for Miss Sandra Bland. Tahiria Rice. There's a boy up there in Wisconsin where, what was his name? Rittenhouse. Went up there and killed people and got off when he shouldn't even have the gun because he was 17. And both states from Illinois, where he came, to Wisconsin, wasn't allowed to have a gun. So that's unlawful possession. And that's an even crazier charge because he was a minor with a gun. That's 2 different charges: unlawful possession and unlawful carrying and whatever. So he automatically should have got time for that. But because of that protest, he went up there and people would see a lot of Asian provocateurs was burning, as many of us see, come out there, even out here in Cali, he was doing that shit. The joint was cited as like they was throwing rocks at a pregnant woman. It was one joint, the Jones on the highway, they blocked the highway so a pregnant lady couldn't get to the hospital. Another joint, her own group busted the window out of somebody, John, I think injured somebody. And the organizer was like, and ironically it was a black John, fuck them niggas, twerking and shit on the video. So these are all the movements in which you had to go through, and they were standing with you. but yet they allowed you, they stepped right over you for that, the LG. See how dumb these niggas is? What does affirmation mean? Because when you actually read it, read and know what you're fighting for and stealing. Civil rights states sex, religion, and race. So that's why in 2020 or 2021, basically, they were affirmed, meaning yes, it's protected. But in the Asian, and yet Mr. George Floyd, not the Black Protection Act, the George Floyd Act, denied, passed the Senate, failed the House, or other way around. Whoever comes first and then second. So, as a black person, especially as a black person that was standing up for LGBT ABC, damn. What? First, as Dr. Umar said, you put your race, your sexual desires over your race. But like I said, or he said too, after they fight for AB, but they're still fighting for their culture. See, pump it. I say they is hijacking to keep you from getting it. Oh, the bigger point is Mr. Mumia Abu Jamal, who's been in jail since the 70s. Like I said, I cited Meek Mills because they're from the same city, same section of the city, little Philly. He used the PA Supreme Court to get out back in 2017-18 when he committed the crime. Mr. Mumia had been petitioning the same PA Supreme Court since 1970s. I don't even say 80s. And when I got the video with the documentary and Dr. Richie Rashad show 2 days ago. No, you do it. Conscious person, especially black person, indisputable on YouTube. He has to now, let me get to it far, start getting sidetracked. He has to now go to the UN to have his case heard. In there since the 70s and been ill as hell. But keep in mind, he's not a regular like a lot of them dudes that got shot that weren't involved with their community. He's a Black Panther, and he was a radio personality bringing consciousness back in the 70s. And everybody know Philly, Rise, Mayor Rizzo, how they were bombing houses with kids in them. Yeah, he was a conscious, but like I said, or Mr. Richie Rashad, he was convicted by them using his writings. But he's accused of murder. They don't have any evidence proving the murder. They convicted him using his conscious writings. All right, his character, he don't like white people. Say that. What I got to do with murder? That's not you. You cannot be found guilty on your being. If that's the case, many crackers should be in jail. Especially cops when he clearly was aggressive. Same difference. If you by your law, you cannot go to jail for murder or anything because of your character. Especially murder. But this is why I said nobody should be able to use civil rights unless they're black. Because look at all the bullshit which they achieve that's not right violating or right needing, but more so desires. While you, the black man, are continuous in the... So why y'all quiet on Nolan Wells? And the other, I keep forgetting his name, the other guy, AJ, who's going out, not even cops, with white people and coming back drowned. What's up with that? So even more reason why nobody should be able to use civil rights. And all the spickies that is exactly crazy every race. I said the Asian protect, they just let the boy, and that's a case they were sweeping on. They have another case where they did the same thing. They killed you and got off for free. So everybody that's stealing your shit is doing you greasy. And then see, because of race protection, everybody that was standing with you for all the quiet as hell. Quiet. It don't matter if you're quiet as shit. You're pulling. That's it. You're putting. But see, it's for everybody, right? As you cling. Not really, because everybody didn't fight for it. They got bamboozled into signing it because it was time of racial oppression and dying and getting lynched. So you, on top of the next phase of the mission, Dr. King, and the elders, to help move forward, you guys not be able to get lynched openly, right? Raped, blackballed. The next, but let's say this is true. It's for everybody. So why under the civil rights umbrella, are you so quiet, especially when your race does it to blacks? So how, therefore, is it for everybody when you're quiet, using it for dumb shit, not even right violating, but then when something happens to you, on top of that, like I said, as a man, how you feel comfortable taking something which you didn't fight for? I know you're going to see. I love that. You didn't fight for it. Yeah, but like I said with America, you didn't oppress me, right? You're not your fathers, but you inherit the kingdom and have a say over me. That's it. Using your reparations, especially Bill Maher bitch ass out here and shit. But he said a joke a couple years ago. Well, y'all didn't suffer for slavery, so how do y'all get it? I will argue in the Black Wall Street. I would argue because the argument is, had that money been paid to my people, I would be in a way better financial situation than I am today. But the bigger question, all right, you didn't oppress me, as you said, right? How you have control in the majority of America? How do you have all the benefits and the say-so and the protection of the police and et cetera through America? You shouldn't benefit, right? You didn't do it. So how you ask me one situation where, how come you didn't go through slavery, so how you get paid for it? You didn't do slavery, so how you get the benefit from it? Now let's go to the law. See how they act too cool, but then that cracker racist energy come out when they get mad? So I would argue I should be a quadrillionaire had my people got paid the money in which they slaved for and didn't get paid for, and I wouldn't be out here slaving harder than the average cracker, spick, chink, wop, guinea in America. Okay, so you work hard, right? Bill Maher especially. All y'all millionaires. Your kids, no, don't give your kids shit. They can't inherit shit from you. They gotta go and work from the ground up. Whatever money you make, you just die with. You can't give none of that money. No, you can't give none of that money to your fucking children or to anybody, especially of your race. Whatever you make is only for you. And your kids can't inherit none of it. See how that acting cool, but when you talk that race shit, as you just said, I, look how it comes out. Well, you shouldn't know. I don't care. No, by your illogical thinking and being, even though you yourself don't do it, no matter how hard, what do you say? I did it so my children could have a better future. How? They're not working hard. They're not putting their work in. How they get to inherit it? As you see, the mask has been taken. For me, I've been saying that shit. But I say, black scale, I hate about sorry for slip, man. Apologies ain't shit without money. If I break your window, it say sorry, especially as a young boy. Nah, you gotta bring that money to repair the window. And I still, I'm cool, but thanks for the money. I still don't accept. But see how they funny though? You didn't go through slavery, so you don't get, well, then your kids can enjoy it, but your pops oppressed me for. and the work you put in the day. Whatever you earn is for you. That's your law. Nah, right? Well, I expect my check by Friday. But this is why I'm back getting suppressed, but not really. This is why only blacks should get civil rights. Because you have a Black Panther Party member who stood up for the people, not just some dumb nigger, and been in jail politically. And like I said, there's many more from Philly alone. You go back to my documentary on Rise, how they bombed houses with kids in them, and then with Judas and the Black Messiah, and how they had a gun shootout scene where they was defending themselves and they would put them in jail. There's many just from Philly and probably Chicago alone, but I'll say from Philly right now. You're putting all this energy into one person, but like Philly, I said, that's what I said with Philly too. Meek Mills, and I just made the videos part 1 and 2 for Starbucks bullshit, and some bitch ass nigga that was caught with a gun and couldn't do his time, and luckily got off because the cop violated. You have many upon many upon many political prisoners that you ain't putting no energy towards. And on top of that, the racists that's stealing your shit, nasty and grimy and just as racist. Like I said, he has to go to the United Nations. What? While they're getting what off the civil rights bill? Fuck them niggas and any coon riding with them. Return, that's how they can do.